But your mom doesn't remain in control of you for the rest of your life.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
Because you're separate DNA. And it just so happens that it's temporarily housed within, not that it is you.
Okay.
So no one's contesting that women do not have autonomy over their own being. The point is, what about the being that also has autonomy that you are forsaking in the woman? Because that baby has rights too.
Well, you can't like ask the fetus the question, right? It should come down to the woman that's carrying the child.
I can't ask my
right?
6-month-old the question.
Absolutely
understand?
not. Yeah.
So just being able to reason with a being does not mean that the being doesn't have rights.
But
Correct?
what about when it comes to the safety of the mother that's carrying the child?
So in what circumstance? So you're saying, so if the mom's life is at risk, is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Incredibly rare, unusual.
Yeah.
Try to
I agree
perform a
with that.
cesarean section. So abortion is not medically necessary in 99.9% of those cases. A cesarean section is where they'll cut you right below the belly button, and they'll try to deliver the baby via cesarean. It's better to do that to give the baby a chance to live than try to euthanize the baby and break its neck and spine and put poison in its brain, right? So cesarean section is a much better option.
Okay.
So there are options available other than abortion, but the abortion lobby would never tell you that.
Yeah. But what about like the common cases of rape and incest?
Yeah, so that's not as common. It's less than 1%. But I will defend it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's less than 1% of all abortions.
Okay,
so
I
let's
do
just say
agree with that.
hypothetically,
That's not- yeah.
somebody in this audience is conceived in rape. Who is it?
I can't point
Exactly.
that out.
Because
I mean,
babies
because I don't-
conceived in rape get the same human rights as babies conceived in a loving relationship. So your human rights don't disappear just based on how you were conceived,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And secondly, doing an evil after an evil is never correct.
No, yeah.
And of course I have sympathy for rape victims. It's not diminishing it, but saying that all of a sudden we're now going to murder an unborn baby because you got horrendously raped, morally, that sort of formula never applies to anything else in life.
Okay, but I guess more of what I'm getting at, and I'm sure you covered it, but it's the purpose of having a choice in this free country that should be
No,
available
of course, you have
to
a choice for you, but not choice for others. And that's the point with abortion, is that there's another being involved. So when it comes to the vaccine, you cannot be forced to do something against your sovereign being that you don't want. But as soon as another DNA is introduced, as soon as another being is there, that being has rights as much as you do. Because I respect your rights, and you got to respect those babies' rights. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay.
Hi, Charlie.
You are right. I will. 1 sec. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I just have a question kind of based on affirmative action.
Yeah.
I'm a computer engineer here at UW-Madison. I'm about to graduate. And there's a lot that I've found through research and just general, I guess, my studies. Not only does affirmative action help, minorities, people of color, but also women in general.